let's move on to the next track in Pirates because I feel like listening to it. And so we're moving on with Rickie Lee Jones. We've listened to Living It Up, so we're moving on to the third track here, which is going to be Skeletons. Where were these skeletons found? In the closet? Or perhaps somewhere else? Regardless, we're digging up them bones.
She was pregnant in me. Now they're on their way, dashing through the snow to St. John's. Here we go. Well, it could be a boy, but it's okay if he's a girl.
A little bit.
All these things that grow out of the things that we give. We should move to the west side. They still believe in things that give a kid half a chance.
That's gorgeous.
When he pulled off the road, stepped in a waltz of red moonbeams, said he fit a PB robbery nearby, and he go for his wallet, and they thought he was going.
Are you kidding me?
For a gun, and the cops blew Bird away. Some
What a
kids
twist.
watching Saturday cartoons. Some girls listen to records all day in their rooms. But what do birds leave behind of the wings that they came with? If a sun's in a tree, building model planes, skeletons, skeletons.
It's a beautifully recorded piece of music. Beautifully recorded. The story, just going for heartstrings being pulled on that one. The music itself, the piano, and the way that Rickie Lee is singing here, it is so delicate, incredibly delicate, as if like it's the first time you're trying to teach your child how to pet a dog, or a really fine piece of glass and or cup of plate dishware, and you're trying your best to move it out the cabinet without scuffing it or anything. The singing is just absolutely delicate, but in a most beautiful way, like stained glass. Like it's colorful, it's delicate, and it's on the point of breaking with just the thinnest touch. Like I broke my wife's cousin's really nice wine glasses in Switzerland when we went on the first night that we were staying there. He was cool about it, but I was embarrassed. Her singing is just like gorgeous. And the little pangs of emotion that she brings in, especially near the end. But the happiness that she, let's do it all together. Let's do it all together, right? She was pregnant in May. Now they're on their way, dashing through the snow to St. John's. There we go. It could be a boy, but it's okay if he's a girl. And these things that grow out of these things, or the things that we give. Okay. The story is straightforward. They're going on the way to the hospital to deliver the baby, right? And I love the happiness that she says, but if it's okay if he's a girl, which was a really cool line. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
Okay,
Perfect. Okay. The little bit of laugh that she gives, you can see the smile. Brilliantly acted.
it's okay if
Right? It's okay. I love how she smiles and laughs through that part, really, really enunciating that specific emotion. We should move to the West Side. They still believe in things that give a kid half a chance. So, there's all the talk of hopes and dreams and, we're going to, if it's a boy, it's a girl, whatever, we're going to have a great family, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, disaster strikes. When he pulled off the road, stepped in a waltz of red moonbeams, said he fit an APB, a robbery nearby. He go for his wallet. They thought he was going for a gun, and the cops blew Bird away. Okay, so can I tell you, for all I know, this could actually be based off a true story. I wouldn't doubt it. And obviously a tragedy. I'm just speaking from the logical point of my view, okay? Yes, this is sad. This is a sad story. But it's so, like, obviously he was, well, you know what? I bet that this has happened before. Because you know what I was going to tell you? I was going to say that this kind of came so out of nowhere that it nearly lost the emotional weight for me because it seems so kind of far-fetched and in a sense out of nowhere. But I guess if someone was speeding to get their partner to the delivery room at a hospital, and obviously the cops are following, they're already under pressure and stuff. You know what? I'm not going to look it up, but I would not doubt if something like this has happened, which would be incredibly tragic. Some kids like watching Saturday cartoons. Some girls listen to records all day in their rooms. But what do birds leave behind? Remember, Bird is who was blown away that day of the wings that they came with. If a son's, answering the initial question, in a tree building model planes. Skeletons. The bird of the wings that they came with, the bird had its wings, right? Those wings were clipped. And yet, even afterwards, at some point, the son's in a tree building model planes. In a sense, to me, kind of referencing the Daedalus and Icarus riff. Icarus, the son, so to speak, is now building his wings to fly away with. Perhaps out of the symbolic skeletons and bones of his father's wings. There's, you know what I mean? There's something to that. There's absolutely something to that. And I didn't even mention like the little extra music that's happening, or instruments rather, that's happening in the song with like the strings and just a really, really beautiful and glassy emotional arrangement here. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you joining me here. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.